Have you not heard of ghetto gaggers?
I hate my life. What is ghetto gaggers?
Don't worry about that. Elijah, did you know there's a website called Antifa Abuse
No.
in
Let's see.
which Antifa women? Yeah, definitely look up antifaabuse.com. I'll wait.
Are these mug shots?
This is to quote System of a Down, violent pornography involving people who are members of Antifa.
What?
You know, there's another site owned by the same person called Radical Jislam.
What? What am I looking at? I'm not clicking on the videos.
Do not click on them.
Radical facial abuse.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that in a show once. Like, this is brought to you by antifaabuse.com and just like freak people out. I'm like, oh, shit.
You might want to just check with him. He might sponsor your show. Duke's hilarious. I love that guy.
Okay. What happens if you click on the video?
You can watch an Antifa chick get completely smutted out in the most embarrassing and degrading way possible.
What I was thinking of is what's really weird about this. They look like, so they just find like, is that real?
Yeah.
So this is like a real smut type thing.
Yeah. So women,
mostly peaceful cocksuckers. These are all women. Some of them look like men.
Mostly peaceful cocksuckers. Elijah, I'm telling you, this man is a prophet. So for Antifa abuse, very specifically, Antifa chicks will reach out and say, "Hey, I'm looking to get just fucking down." Right?
This is just like normal people in Portland. This is how everyone looks in Portland.
Yeah.
These are just normal looking people.
Yeah. But they go through a vetting process for this website to make sure they're Antifa. Because if they're not Antifa, they can just go on facialabuse.com.
So it's anti-fast. I need these people on my show. I'll pay them to come on.
Who? The women?
Well, they've already been cummed on, so now they just need to come on.
So you're talking about the women on that show, like the women on the website.
I want to hear the story of how did you get into this?
Elijah, it's not that complicated. They want, for whatever reason, to be turned into a sex object.
Okay, wait.
For a small amount of money.
Like, this girl's name is Metal Kool-Aid. It's a 66 minutes of video.
You don't want to watch it.
Kool-Aid head showed up, but this time we were smart enough to keep her off the white sofa when we relieved her. So there's multiple people relieving themselves on her head. Last time we ruined a brand new white sofa and it had a red mark on it, like the red stain of communism. This one took Barney down the throat, and her throat bulged like that old TVV when the lizard people would eat up a rat. Up came her vittles, and down went Bootleg's cock. She did A to M while her pink a-hole was left gaping. They filled it with the whore bowl and leg effed it deep into her guts. 3 loads were dumped on her face, and she took it like a champ. Exclusive 60 frames per second HD and 4K videos, secure, confidential, and encrypted. None of these women had fathers.
No, of course not.
Why do they have chains on their necks? What's going on here?
Dude, who knows? Who even knows?
I haven't seen this side. I mean, I've seen pornography, this is weird.
You only think you've seen porno. You've dabbled in pornography. I was born in it. I bathed in it.
It's been around since 2003. Facialabuse.com.
Oh yeah, they've been around forever. They're a steadfast presence. And they have multiple offspring sites like Deaf and Degraded, Radical Jislam, which is the best named site on the planet. I don't care what anybody says.
Somebody also told me something called dick cheese yesterday. I never got the definition, but I'll bring it to your next
dick
one.
cheese is gross and disgusting. That's like actually gross. This is just funny. Like this is just honestly, it's just a porn site.
So it's just like Antifa people that
decide that they want to get hollowed out by like 2 or 3 guys at once on camera for whatever reason. They need a couple $1,000s and they go.
So glad my wife's not in the room right now during this segment because she'd be freaking out. She'd be like, "What the hell?" Let me see. But no, she'd be like, "What the heck?" Because after 3 a.m., I think I get into the very confused position in life. I'm just confused. It's like you did.
Here we go.
What? Okay.
Let me read one of these.
I gotta jump out in a second. I'm gonna die. I'm going to bed thinking about facial melted. What's funny is there was an Antifa member I used to call melted candle face because his face was like wax. Yeah. Can I read one of these to you? So there's this.
Let me read one to you. This is from Radical Jislam. The Caliph and his Dar al-Harb. Go to Radical Jislam Twitter for more information on this. They have a Twitter. But the Caliph is preparing to convert more Abids to Jislam. The Caliph has given her his barak and fed her sacred milk as an Eid and converted her. The Caliph is a Sufi and waited a very long time to convert this infidel. It is now your requirement for Zakat to watch this. She now walks in harmony with the Caliph, and she will always swallow his divine milk and bow humbly before him and towards Pekka.
How about this?
Read it.
Dumped into the trash can. This is the title of the video.
I know it's a good one.
They say another man's trash is another man's treasure. I agree. So when we were done using her cat and mouth, we tossed her into the trash can like a booger rag. I'm sure plenty of people would stop along the side of the road and say, this isn't too bad. A little duct tape and some lemon pledge and she's good as new. This little dwarf was only 85 pounds. It was like screwing one of those giant squeaky toys you win on the boardwalk. She was an obedient little thing, though, and took the D all the way into her tiny Beetlejuice head. What is this? Her throat took the length and girth well. She drank a ton of yellow discipline as well.
Oh, God.
We put her hands in her back, locked them up in cuffs, and had our way with her. After she took 3 loads and ate them all up, all the horrible, and was dumped on her, then she went A over tea kettle right into the trash can. What the fuck?
And you know what's sad? I bet money that they actually threw her in a garbage can at the end of the video.
Are people masturbating to this?
No, it's worse than that, Elijah.
What are they doing to this?
No, this is worse. Let me tell you. So yes, of course, people are masturbating to this, but Elijah, it's worse than this. They don't go find these women. Like, you may be tempted to think that they're like out there, like, making moves, like, hey, you want to come on a set? I've got a modeling gig or whatever. No, these women contact them for this. They know exactly what they're getting into.
I thought I even had a pretty, I feel like I always feel like I'm thanking God for this. I feel like a bad person all the time. And then I go on your show and I feel good for like 3 months. It's better than confession.
You realize that the internet and people are way worse than you ever thought.
Yeah, like, I'm not that bad. Like, no wonder why people think I'm like when people are like, "Oh, you're soft" or whatever this, and I'm like, "Oh, I think I'm pretty like hardcore." And then I realize, dude, like next time I ever see a pair, dude, I'm not gonna feel bad for anything now. Like I be like, Lord, it's me. We know I shouldn't have done that, but hey, I ain't throwing little dwarf 85-pound honey deep throat yellow discipline boo boo in a trash
But
can.
they ask for it. And not only that, Elijah, not only do they ask for it, everything that they do in those videos, every single degrading, horrific act in the contract that they signed, there's a checklist. Are you okay with this? Are you okay with being slapped? Are you okay with being pissed on? Are you okay with being thrown in a fucking garbage can after you've been jizzed on? Like, and they all say yes.
Yellow discipline, I think it was drinking urine.
Yeah, that's definitely what that was. Yeah. And they all say yes. Like they check all the boxes and they go do the thing and then they
So
go
you've
on
watched
video.
these,
No. No, dear Christ.
but you know about the contracts and the checklists, and then they do it all.
Dude, I know the guy who does them. I know the owner of the website.
Wait, can I have this person on my show?
I want to have him on my show.
He just won't go public.
He's been on Drexel's show once. I'm gonna get him on my
Who's
show.
Drexel?
Drexel's like my best friend.
I should subscribe to this person.
Yep, MGTOWN podcast.
It's called what?
MGTOWN, MIGTOWN, MGTOWN podcast. Drexel's hilarious.
Oh, nice.
He's fucking funny. But yeah, he had him on once, and I'll have him on at some point whenever he wants to come on.
Is Drexel a brother?